What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Health and Wellness Summit. Another awesome day. If you don't know by now, my name is Courtney Miracle and I am the host. I am here with my friend Emily today. How are you, my love?
I am doing well, thank you. How are you doing on a sunshine day?
I'm good. Yeah, we had snow yesterday and sunshine today. So I love Colorado.
Beautiful out.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you do and how you kind of ended up down this path.
Yeah, definitely. So I am an integrative wellness coach, and that includes being a certified meditation teacher and a certified breath coach. Also being a certified wellness coach in its entirety. So what I do is I work with women through emotionally clearing methods, breath work, meditation, journaling, and really diving into what mindfulness means to them. I am working with moms currently, and the story of how I got here is I suffered postpartum depression and anxiety for a very long time. To me, it felt like a long time at least. It was for about a year, and I didn't really have anyone to talk to about it. I'm the first one out of my group of friends to be a mom. My whole family is on the East Coast in New Jersey. So I've been meditating almost daily for about past decade. It's a very strong part of my practice. And I knew that through my own mindfulness toolkit, I was able to dive deeper into something that I felt like I didn't have control over. So with postpartum depression, our hormones are crazy. So even when you're sitting there like, okay, I got this, I'm good girl. Like sometimes we don't have control over that. But being aware and conscious of our feelings and giving space to that has been so empowering that I've been able to really dive deeper into offering that to women to meet them exactly where they are.
I love that. I love that. And it's funny when you talk about hormones. I remember before I got pregnant, I didn't really, there weren't a lot of places in my life that I felt hormonal fluctuations. Like mostly I thought I was pretty good most of the time. And then I got pregnant and I was like, what in the actual is going on? Like I remember I'd be like yelling at my husband. And like the logical part of my being was like, what are you doing, you crazy person? And I was still, and then I'd be like, I'm sorry. I don't know where this came from. Right. And I think when you touch on the hormonal side, like there's so many different parts of being a mom and being pregnant. And it's like, you can, like you said, you can logic it, oh, I'm good. And then you're like, but I'm actually not. And so how do I start to work with my body instead of against it? Because I feel like a lot of women go through that. So talk to us about how do you walk people through this? And I know there's other parts of what you do. So tell us a little bit more broad about what you do with moms and how you help them and kind of what that process looks like.
Definitely. So I work with moms first on just getting to know who they are away from motherhood. And that is really the whole guiding force, I guess, that we are diving deeper into who we are. And we gave birth to this beautiful child. We are trying to give birth. We also sometimes experience loss with that, but we still are our soul body. And how do we dive deeper into that? So looking at them through their mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical beings. And then through that, we dive deeper into what area is out of balance to come into balance and be mindful with that. So I offer an intake that is about 3 hours that is just getting to know each other, getting to know the mom as her and really empowering her. And then going into the breath work of what she's looking for. There's various techniques. My coach actually calls them coffee, whiskey, and water techniques. So using what do we need? I guess for some moms, wine, our wine
Yeah,
technique,
yeah, yeah.
and using our breath and our accessibility to meet us wherever we are in our day. So with water, it's really balancing and being fluid and taking on whatever situation we find ourselves in. And that is more of a balancing. So like a 4-4 breathing technique of inhaling at a comfortable breath of 4 and exhaling at a comfortable breath of 4. Our whiskey technique is even slower than that. So we typically breathe of a cycle of 8 to 12 rounds per minute, and a whiskey's getting it down to 4 or 3 less. And then our coffee is what we need. So with depending on where the mom is, if it's a mother who is navigating motherhood in the later stages of with their child, those are a little better because it is speeding up our breath for about 20 cycles per minute. And that's like our punch in the morning that we need, that little spark that we need. and using that and then going into even deeper of emotional clearing methods of releasing a belief that no longer serves us, and in the same sense connecting with our breath and connecting with our body through this very emotional and triggering exercise.
Nice. I love that. I love that. Such a good analogy. I've never actually heard that one. And that's
I
so
enjoy it
cool because breath is so powerful, right? For calming, for invigorating, for all of the different things. And I think that's an amazing analogy. So I know you work too, and I know you have a you're gonna be part of a new app, so you can tell us about that. Um talk a little bit more about the loss side and how you can help women process if they've had a loss and what that feels like.
Definitely. So I am actually going through bereavement doula training and meeting moms during this very hard time. There's a lot of mothers that I have spoken to that have the moms that I have spoken to have gone through stillbirths, and that it's been, of course, it's a very hard time for them, but then they meet their
Oh, hold on. Hold on. We lost you. Sorry about that, you guys. We lost Emily's sound. Her internet loves her. So go ahead and start back in, Emily.
Okay, thank you. So the moms that I have been working with and speaking with have gone through stillbirths, and a lot of their team is as supportive as they can on a medical side, but some of the moms I spoke to, they felt like their experience was lacking an emotional connection or an emotional guide, because there's times when we are going through loss that we only hear, I think it's about 20% of what is being spoken to us, because we're more focused on the person that in the room with us instead of the information and digesting that. So having someone that is really, my method is companion, being their companion, and it's going through meeting them alongside with them and walking the grief process with them instead of trying to fix them, because we don't have to be fixed when we're grieving. We need to grieve to heal. So it's really meeting them through these mindful techniques and modalities that I'm trained in to be their voice and hear their voice. And it's also, it's just being able to, in those times that are so hard, to be the hand to hold. And let's go back to the breath. Let's go back to being here. The information will be given to us in a moment. Let's go back to ourselves and what we need. So it's been a really, I mean, being able to speak to these moms right now, just with my mindfulness practice, it's been an incredibly honoring. I feel honored that they're opening up themselves to me, because there's a lot of times, and Courtney, we spoke about this a little earlier, that moms, if it's not a stillbirth, if it's a miscarriage that happened within the first few weeks of motherhood, that we haven't been given the pass yet to share that we're pregnant, we hold on to that. And that becomes, we're at a crossroad of, we haven't told anyone yet, but no one understands that we're in pain because we haven't revealed that news yet, that we were pregnant to begin with. And it's really being able to meet mothers. When we get pregnant or we're trying to get pregnant, we're also birthing a mother, and being able to meet moms organically, of looking at them just so as they are, their soul that they are, and what do they need, and being able to access this medicine, if you will, that is organic to us, that we already have within us.
Yeah, I love that. It's so interesting. And I had shared with you and viewers, you may or may not know this. So I had a miscarriage. I don't know, three. Oh my gosh, she's 5 already. I'm like, oh, it was like 3 years ago. No, it was like 6 because my little one's 5. But I had shared. So I was 6-ish, 8-ish weeks. And I was the mom that had shared. And I cannot imagine how much harder it would have been because everyone knew what was going on. I was like, I'm super open. Like I own a CrossFit gym. It's really hard to hide that you're pregnant when you're CrossFitting and then you're trying not to CrossFit the way you're going to CrossFit. And so I had shared with what was happening and it was so traumatic. And I did not do any of the things that you're talking about. I didn't process, I didn't grieve it, I logicked it out. And later I had to go through a lot of what you teach now. And I think having someone that would say, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be angry, mad, upset, and like, and just to have that person because I was like, no, I'm good, right? Like all of the things, and I wasn't good. And I think, I mean, I can't even imagine a stillbirth. Like like I literally as a parent, I cannot imagine that. So the fact that you're able to do this and hold space, I think is so beautiful. And the process of just allowing women to come back into their bodies and to not probably identify that was something they did or something that they
Mhm.
could have done differently. Or I mean, I love this so, so much. So with those clients, what does it look like when they start to work with you? Is it like a set time amount? Is it kind of how they need you? What's that process look like?
Yeah, so it varies. I sometimes I have clients that are just breath work and meditation clients, and are women, and they're navigating different chapters of their lives. I also have I'm about to launch at a few places, the Golden Wellness Center, Nurture in Denver, and it's going to be these mom groups that are coming together because I love one-on-one groups. And with that, back to your question, it's an intake, and then it could be once every other week or once a month. And then but there's still space that I want moms to come together and that they support each other. And for the Goldness Wellness Center, we're looking to launch it in May, that it's going to be mom groups of moms trying to get pregnant. So they're with each other, they're with their community, if you will. And we're going through breath work and meditation and writing prompts, because there's a lot of times that we hold this energy, like you're saying, within ourselves, that we're almost blaming ourselves. So how do we get that out on paper? And especially becoming a mom, it's also letting go of a lot of our ancestral traumas. And then we also have one that's going to be of moms of various chapters. So if a mom has a 13-year-old and just needs some mindfulness to fill her soul's cup, or a mom that has a 3-year-old, we're going to connect them. We're also going to offer wellness hikes and walks. So it's almost going to be how I'm envisioning this, is that moms are going to have sponsors. So if you're a new mom and you're like, well, how do I begin? I don't even know how to change a diaper. I have never changed a diaper.
Yeah.
Or how do I begin because my hair is falling out and I don't even know how I'm going to feel in a year. Is it ever going to grow back? That we have this authentic connection with each other, and we're able to talk to moms that have been in it and know the real essence of motherhood, and or the extended essence of it. And then moms that are just starting to dip their toe in. And for the loss aspect, I will be working on an app that's going to be giving moms intimate time with themselves to navigate um, connecting with their journey, and giving them space to feel that anger, to feel that pain, to, any emotion that comes up, that they don't have to feel like they are navigating it alone.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the connection of moms of like in all aspects. Sometimes you're like, I'm the only one that doesn't have this figured out. I'm the only one that's struggling. I'm right. And I know like with the loss side, and I had fertility issues too. Like all of this I resonate with, of just like a lot of it feels really lonely, and
Mhm.
having other people where you can truly be open to be vulnerable
Yeah.
and ask questions and hear that everybody else is like, yo, I don't have it all figured out either. Like I think that's such a beautiful, like a walk and a talk hike. I love that. Getting in nature, reconnecting. I mean, I love all of those things. And I think more and more people need that and are aware of it and open with it, right? Of, okay, I don't have to be the super mom. I don't have to put on this persona that everything's okay, even when it's not, and that it's okay to ask for help, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely went through that. I was really bad at taking it. I was bad at receiving it all in life. And like, I didn't want any help. Like 3 days after I had my daughter, I was like, yeah, I can go to the grocery store. I can go back to coaching. None of those were good for me. So just giving the space to receive and to ask. And I love that so much.
It's so important as we journey into this path of motherhood. We're opening ourselves up so energetically. And I think a lot of what we're faced with as women in general, I mean, my journey with fertility was, I had amenorrhea for 3 years. So I had lost my period for 3 years because I pushed myself too hard. I weighed 95 pounds and I thought I was the healthiest I've ever was. I was not.
Yep.
And I put in jeopardy the future of my children and having children. And it it dawned on me that we as women, to begin with, need to come together to be raw and authentic with each other, because we I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves. And if we're putting all this pressure on ourselves and then we also want to become mothers, that stress comes back into our womb space. And it's so important to be able to hear each other, to see each other, and know that you are my sister and I am yours. And we feel so many similar things that we're not alone in any of our chapters. And we have a voice that we need to hear.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh, so good. So good. Well, tell, I know you're going to be doing some stuff in Colorado, and then obviously the app, and I know you do stuff online. So tell the viewers how they can get in touch with you, where the best way is to find you and to chat with you.
Yeah, on my Instagram for the mom group is mindful mamas wellness underscore. And then it's mindful wellness mamas at gmail.com is my email address. And those are the best places. The Instagram is building right now, and that's the most has just the flow of interaction. So those are the best two places right now for that realm.
Okay. I love it. Oh, I love this. Well, we're going to stay in touch. I know so many moms and all of the things. So I appreciate you being here, and glad the internet works for us mostly. So
Thank you for your patience.
it's all good. It's all good. So thank you. And for everybody else, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Please reach out to Emily if you are a mom or going to be a mom. She is just amazing. So Emily, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Courtney.
Of course. We'll see you guys tomorrow.